will find the perverseness, the error, and the wickedness locked up in that idea and that principle, that doctrine, that once a man has given life to Jesus Christ, any other thing he does after does not count, doesn't matter. Even if he goes back and falls back into sin, his spirit is saved and is eternally saved. Such wicked idea. One of the examples, one amongst the hundreds and hundreds that I can give, is that our own lifestyle as new modern day Christianity is actually the reality of the old. So the old is like a shadow of what is going to be. And the story of the children of Israel, their story of the exodus from Egypt, is usually a type of the shadow of the Christian life today. So Egypt is communicated in that context as the land of sin. So the people of God are saved from the land of sin and they are exodusing, moving from the land of sin into Canaan land, which in our own context is they are moving from a sinful lifestyle, journeying through this world and going to heaven. So how do we explain this thing? Salvation for us is that Jesus Christ, a lamb, was slain and his blood was applied to our life. When the Israelites were supposed to leave Egypt, a lamb on that night of Passover, a lamb was slain and the blood was applied to the wall of each houses. So that was a type, a shadow. It was type. So you will begin to see similarities of our own modern day lifestyle as a Christian or the New Testament Christian and what happened to the children of Israel. So as they slew that lamb and they shed the blood on the lintel of the wall, and he said that anywhere I see the blood, I will pass over. That's the same way Jesus Christ was slaughtered as a lamb for us, and his blood is applied to the life of anybody that asks for it. And so anybody that has applied the life of Christ is now, the blood of Jesus Christ is now saved. And then he begins that journey, because it was the next morning that Pharaoh said, move away from this place. So immediately that killing, that sacrifices, and the blood has been applied, the believer is supposed to take a journey immediately and start leaving the land of Egypt, the land of sin. Now guess what? That is salvation to us. Does it now mean that everybody that said Jesus Christ forgive me and are saved, does it mean it's every one of them that got to heaven? Because when it was all of them that were saved that night, if they were not saved, the angel that was killing the firstborn will have killed their firstborns, will have killed many of them. But because they were saved, because they followed the applying of the blood, so they were saved, just as we are saved, so we are equal. So they started moving from Egypt to Canaan, just as we are moving from this world, living our life so that we are journeying to heaven. But guess what? As they began to move on the way,